Good morning, everyone. This is Srikant Rajan. Welcome to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com, the only community where you get guided assistance to invest in stock market, bonds, mutual funds, fixed deposits, and all kinds of insurance. If you're not a part of this amazing community yet, visit our website MPIinvest.com to join the free investment community. Coming to stock market yesterday, oh my God, what a bull run! The bull run continues for the last 2 days, and if that was not enough, there is another big news coming by end of the podcast. I'll tell you that. So the first thing, the Nifty opened at 16,774 with a big gap up, which was looking difficult to sustain because 16,800 was a major resistance. But the way the Nifty started shooting up, majorly a short covering rally was seen with so much power that Nifty just shot up and closed at 16,929, as if there was not even any resistance at 16,800. So it was amazing the way the market actually blew up yesterday. In fact, it did put us all into big trouble at the Gold Club, as we are option writers. This actually put us into trouble, and we booked some small losses for this week. But then, yes, markets are sometimes like that. It just goes out of control. And one thing I would say is, yes, even though we made small losses there, we are really happy about the portfolio. The portfolio is going up. So if you look at our investments that we have done in the past, all those investments are coming out beautifully in the green. So if that was not enough, there is, yes, a big news coming. Well, wait till the end of it, right? So if you look at the US market after the Indian markets closed, the US market came out with its GDP data. In fact, the GDP data shows that the US GDP actually went down by 0.9%. This was in negative, negative in the sense, technically, if 2 quarters continuously has a degrowth of GDP, then officially it is called recession. So technically, a US market has entered recession. Then why did the stock market rally so much? Why is the stock market rallying up so much after such a bad news? I will talk about it. In fact, two things happened. Two major news came in from the US this week. First one is, of course, the Federal Reserve meeting details, and second one is, of course, the GDP data. So if you look at the Federal Reserve data, they actually have continued. In fact, there were fears that they would raise the interest rate by almost 100 basis points, but as of now, they've done it only at 75 basis points, which was just exactly as they had indicated earlier. So that was a good news. The second thing that the Jerome Powell, the chair of Federal Reserve from US, came out and said is that he feels this is good enough to control the requirement in the country right now, and the internal statistics also states that the inflation is kind of being controlled right now. So this can be a really good news, because if inflation can be controlled, there are also other research agencies which are coming out and saying that probably from the next quarter, next month, they might even consider reducing the increase of interest rate. So for example, from 75 basis point, they might bring it to 50 basis points. So these are all good news that came in. Along with that, if you look at the results that were coming in, most of the results have actually beaten market estimates. For example, the latest result being Apple and Amazon result, which came in yesterday, they actually have not only beaten the market expectations, but also their guidance, Amazon's guidance for the next quarter is looking really good. So with that, we could see Amazon rallying up, and along with that, we could see most of the stocks in US also rallying up. So with all this, there is major power coming in. Next thing, if you look at the GDP growth rate. So what happened with GDP growth rate? So GDP growth rate was lower by almost 1.6% in the last quarter, right? So for after that, this quarter, though they had expected an increase of 0.3%, but it came down 0.9%. But then, even though it came down 0.9%, it is actually better than last quarter, because last quarter it was down 1.6%. This time it is down only 0.9%. That means the rate of degrowth is also kind of controlled. So that is again looking another important factor, and because of all this, it was of course positivity in the US market. The US market continued to rise. Nasdaq was up again 1% yesterday. S&P 500 was up 1.21%, and Dow Jones was up 1%. And if that was not enough, what is happening with Indian stock market, SGX Nifty, I will talk to you about again in a while. But apart from that, if you look at the FIS and DIAs, they have continued to buy, and this time it was a very, very big buy yesterday. In fact, the FIS bought for 1,637 crores, while the DIAs also bought for 600 crores, taking the total buy yesterday to almost 2,200 crores. You know now the reason why the huge rally came in India. So that was something really amazing. And apart from that, if you look at some results that came in yesterday, the important results, Vedanta reported a 4.7% year-on-year jump in consolidated net profit, which was at 4,421 crores. And same thing, TVS Motors also came with amazing result. In fact, they came out with 502% year-on-year jump in net profit at 320 crores. Right, and Dr. Reddy's also came up with almost 108% year-on-year jump in profit at 1,188 crores. So all these companies have come up with really good profit. Only negative would be the Punjab National Bank, which reported a 70% decline in profit. So that was something really bad. So we would see, all these results have come post-market hours. So this could actually give some weakness to the PSU banks today. But then SBI is yet to come with result, and I am expecting SBI to come out with good results. So that should probably power up banking. So I still am positive on the banking sector. Apart from that, if you look at the major results coming up today we have Cipla, Sun Pharma, Indian Oil, and NTPC, Ashok Leyland. With all these, one major result that's coming up today is HDFC, right? So HDFC is also expected to come out with good results. So if that happens, all this is going to drive the market, and support the market. But again, if you look at some SGX Nifty data, which of course you have been waiting for, it is indicating something really surprising. You know what? Any guesses? Well, SGX Nifty is indicating a gap up opening close to 17,130. That is, after a close at 16,929, the major resistance was at 17,000. The 17,000 is broken already in advance and opening with the gap up. What could happen? We might think of booking some good profits, isn't it? So this might happen, but we still don't know. So we might see some profit booking downwards, but it should take a support at 17,000. So 17,000 would be the next level. So actually the lower level is like rising continuously in the past 1 week. So right now 17,000 is a major level to be watched. So that would be the major support for the market, I would say. And after that, if it starts rallying upwards, 17,200 is the next important level to be watched out on the higher side. So if 17,200 is broken for the day, that could be really bullish sign. So let's see how the market fares on that side. So apart from that, if you look at some stock specific news, Jubilant Food is in news as they have signed an agreement on Thursday to acquire Roadcast Tech Solutions, which is a fleet management company, for 14.98 crores. It's an all cash deal for a small acquisition, but then it's something major because this helps them with all their fleet management for all the food outlets that they have, Domino's and other food outlets that they have. So that's something really good there. Indusend is in news because Bimal Dayal, the managing director and CEO of the company, has resigned. So that's something kind of like slightly negative. So apart from this, things are of course looking positive. And if you look at what stocks moved yesterday, I really don't have to tell you, almost every stock was in positive yesterday. So if you look at the top gainers, it was Bajaj Finance up by 10%, Bajaj Finserv up by 10%, Tata Steel up by 4.43%, Kotak Bank up by 4.13%, and SBI Life up by 3.78%. On the top loser side, it was only Shree Cement. So of late, I have been telling you about how cement sector has been underperforming. So that is something that has to be watched out. But apart from that, everything was small, minor negatives. But one thing that I could say is yesterday, the entire rally was powered by the biggies in the market. Yes, it was the heavyweights that actually went up. So if you look at the kind of growth that happened yesterday, the Nifty 50 was up, index was up by 1.73% yesterday, while the mid cap was just up 0.92%. So that means it was majorly the FII short covering that actually made the rally go up. And today with the gap up opening, we just need to see if they will go on a profit booking mode. So that's something that we need to watch out. We have some new positions taken at the Gold Club. So hopefully we're looking for another positive week next week as well. So that's something how we'll manage our positions to make some profits out of it. So that's something that we're looking forward to. So with that, wishing you all a profitable day. I'm sure you'll have a wide smile on your face when Nifty is opening at 17,100. It is of course a good thing to book some profits in the stocks that you have good profits in. So that would help you always have some fun when the market goes downwards. So get ready for yet another bull run in the market. With that, this is Srikant Rajan signing off. Goodbye.